LA Rams, what's good? LA Rams, what's good? You ready? Let's go. It's Mike Let's Nice. Go. Come on. This is the Rams house. Whose house? Rams house. Whose house? My team, my house. This is whose team? My team. Whose team? My dream, my team. Rams house. Whose house?
Ramily. Game preview, Rams vs. Giants. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. If you're a returning member, thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody, like, share, and let's get right into it. So Rams vs. Giants in New Jersey at Metlife this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Current odds for the game are Rams -4.5. Not really a big spread, but when you are a home team, they give you about 2.5, 3 points. So you could look at this game as we are a touchdown favorite. The Giants will be going with Tyrod Taylor in this one. The DeVito hype is over. I was kind of looking forward to going to this game and actually just seeing how the DeVito mob was. I'm sure they'll still be there, but it just won't be the same. Hopefully, I could still get myself a chicken parmesan. But with Tyrod Taylor, the Giants definitely have an upgrade at quarterback. Overall, Tyrod Taylor has had a pretty up and down career. Had some nice runs in Buffalo, then moved around the NFL, team after team after team. And he would get his starts, and then injuries would occur. Same as this year. He got hurt. That's why DeVito came in. And DeVito had the job up until this last game where he was benched for Tyrod Taylor. And then the Giants started to show some life on offense. Now with Tyrod Taylor, some other weapons you have to watch out for on the Giants. Saquon Barkley, one of the, if not the best running backs in football. The man is doing it all with no help. Literally the anchor to this whole offense. How he performs, how he does, is how this offense reacts. Had a solid game last week, and they kept up with Philadelphia. Week before, really struggled and lost to the New Orleans Saints. You really have to make an effort to stop Barkley and let whoever at quarterback in New York beat you, whether it was Daniel Jones prior to his injury, DeVito, Tyrod Taylor, point blank period, you must stop Saquon Barkley. Offensive line in New York is probably the worst in football, allowed more sacks than any other team. We just faced a team a few weeks ago that was second in Washington, and we seen that we really got a nice push on their O-line. This one should be the same. I expect Tyrod Taylor, when he does go back to pass, to be under duress a lot of the night. Wide receivers wise, they have Darius Slayton, Jalen Hyatt, Wan'Dale Robinson, and then at tight end you have Darren Waller. So, and they have Hodges too, big body wide receiver. So the wide receiver core is very poor, to say the least. Probably one of the worst wide receiver cores in the NFL. Then you have Darren Waller, who's a top 10 tight end. Moments in his career, he's looked like a top 5. But overall, with injuries, age, I'd put him at top 10, closer to the 10 range. Still a big player that they have back. He was on IR. So you do really have to watch out for Darren Waller. Probably as their best receiving threat. Wan'Dale Robinson's a smaller guy, gadget guy, but he has had moments throughout the season. Jalen Hyatt is a rookie, speedster, but really hasn't shown anything. I mean, maybe we're just spoiled because we were blessed with the best rookie wide receiver. So stop Barkley. Let's see what Tyrod Taylor can do. The good news is the Rams have done this So often the last few weeks, we've been making a valid effort to stop the run. Held Kamara to his worst game on the season. And prior to that, the Commanders, really not a threat with Brian Robinson out, but we did make Antonio Gibson work for what he had to get. We really held Sam Howell in check. And then prior to that, the Ravens, we made a valiant effort to stop the run. And then it did in turn beat us on a few boom plays that led to touchdowns by Isaiah Likely, Odell Beckham Jr. So when you go out and you sell out for the run, it's a lot easier when you're versing a quarterback like Tyrod Taylor than Lamar Jackson. So I see great success for the Rams defense here. I think we could really hold Barkley to under 50 yards rushing and really make Tyrod Taylor have to throw in this one, mainly because the Rams offense. Now, this Rams offense has been amazing to say the least. Over 28 points in 5 straight games. They're really rocking right now, and they face the Saints, Browns, and Ravens defense, who are all top 10 units, Ravens and Browns being the actual top 2 units. So this offense has been tested. They've kind of been in win now mode since the bye week. I mean, even in that Ravens game, a lot of critical errors by officiating, but a lot of errors on our end as well that we still should have won that game. And you've seen what they just did to the San Francisco 49ers. This Ravens team is for real. And outside of their losses, even in their losses, the Rams gave them their hardest test this season. Yes, most realistic Ravens fans, they will say we were the best NFC team they definitely faced for sure. Lamar swept our division. So we're the only ones that, Arizona actually probably was the second closest with them. Seattle and San Fran got blown out. The Rams took them to overtime. So this offense is rocking, led by Matthew Stafford, best quarterback in the NFC. He's on a hot streak. He's last 5 games, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 1,300 passing yards. Really starting to climb up that MVP ladder now. Really should get a top 5 vote. Showed his value when he was missing and hurt. Every time he's hurt or missing games, we lose, and it's bad. Ask Brett Ripon in the Rams. I mean, we didn't even have Kyron Williams in that game either. Which that game really, hopefully, doesn't have to play a factor, because if the Rams win this week and the Steelers beat the Seahawks, we clinch a playoff spot. That's what I'm hoping for. We're still going to beat San Fran, I feel, but it will be a lot more easier going into that game just knowing we're already in the playoffs and let's just ride out. So I think the Mason Rudolph Steelers can really take out the Seahawks, and I know we can take out the Giants. So hopefully we get some good news Sunday that we clinch the playoff spot. Let's keep it going, Ramily. Back to the offense now. Kyron Williams hit 1,000 rushing yards. Only CMC at that point hit 1,000. So now probably there's more people. I have to check. I know James Cook, Mostert, those guys were all close to it. They were in middle 950. So, but Kyron Williams was the second one to hit it after missing all those games. Still looking magnificent. This offense, when healthy, O-line included, is very hard to stop. We can beat you with the run game. We can beat you with the short to intermediate routes. We can kill you with the play action, kill you with the bootlegs. We can hurt you in the pistol formation. We could dominate you with our tight ends on the outsides. This team has a lot of weapons. And now with Demarcus Robinson taking that wide receiver 3 role and really running with it with a touchdown in 4 straight games, sky is the limit. Because if he is doing that, that just tells you he's just getting open, with Cooper Kupp being the main target for defensive coordinators. But now with Puka Nacua, teams are starting to have to put more attention on him, and it's really making it hard when Kyron Williams is running for 5 to 8 yards, booming when he should be losing yards, which is a big part of why this offense is rocking even more with Darrell Henderson, Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman's a big body, strong running back, but he's not elusive. He can't juke. He can't get to the outsides like a Kyron Williams. And we would lose yards. You run it on 1st and 10, you lose 2 yards. Now it's 2nd and 12. Now the opposing defense can really get spicy with their defense. They could send blitzes. They can really cause mayhem because a 2nd and 12 is more than likely a passing down. You don't want to run it, get 3 yards, then you're in a 3rd and 9, then you're really getting pressured. And that's what was happening. An offense really does well when a ball carrier can get positive yards on that first carry, on that first down. A 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, then you can really, as an offense, have some fun with some short routes. You don't have to worry about holding the ball too long. You can even throw some screens. You could get really creative in those second and middle yardage to go downs. And when you lose that, you're becoming predictable, and the run game is not opening up the play action. And Stafford, when he has that play action going, one of the best in the league. This man is a magician with the ball. I mean, if you don't watch Matthew Stafford play and you just box score watch, you're not really seeing everything that the Rams fans constantly preach about Matthew Stafford. Sure, we are biased towards our team, but when you watch Stafford, you feel a confidence, right? Like we didn't feel that with Jared Goff. Even when Jared Goff threw 32 touchdowns, I didn't feel super confident in him because I knew everything had to be going perfect for him to really elevate his game. With Stafford, I understand that in football, sometimes not all 11 guys on offense are going to show up play after play, which has been a rare occurrence, but it does happen. The offensive line at times, they get hurt middle of game. You need that quarterback that you feel confident in. And Matthew Stafford is that quarterback. Matthew Stafford is a killer on that field. Very quiet guy, humble off the field. But when he's on that field, he's in killer mode. Stafford is happy with the ring. McVay is happy with the ring, but they're not satisfied. When they met in Cabo, for sure, there was discussions of more than one ring. They're trying to build a dynasty. Last year we hit the injury wall, got kind of overconfident in ourselves. I think it was a wake up call. We really hit the draft well. And now you're seeing it pay off. And Stafford and McVay in the NFC playoffs is scary. Defensively, the Rams secondary seems to continue to give up big plays. Now, this did happen to us in even our Super Bowl years, but it would quickly be fixed. Teams are constantly attacking us, and I get it. We're having big leads, but with that big lead, you have to understand that the opposing um, offense, they're going to try to get boom plays, right? The clock's ticking. They're down 2 touchdowns. They're going to go deep. And Carr and Brissett, Lamar, these last 3 games, we've really been seeing big boom plays that we didn't see earlier in the season. There was one point in time up until I forget when, but DK Metcalf was the only wide receiver that had a touchdown on us. It was all tight ends. Now, wide receivers are having days. We benched DK, Darion Kendrick. Durant came in. I feel Durant had a great play on A.T. Perry. No OPI was called. Durant was right there. Touchdown. Shaheed beat us. No safety help over the top. Safety's really overcommitted to Chris Olave on that play, leaving Akello Witherspoon dusted. and Rashid Shaheed is a super fast wide receiver. And we have been facing very speedy wide receiver groups, and the Giants do have some speedsters as well. So we really need to get that secondary clamping right now. I think that's just the point that teams we're stopping the run, as I mentioned. Bobby Brown, Jonah Williams, those big body guys up front, really stopping the run and then letting Kobe Turner and AD just wreak havoc on those passing downs. And on those passing downs, when we can't get pressure, we need the secondary to really lock it up. They've been having moments of that, but these boom plays are just sickening. When you play better teams like that with better wide receivers, they will take advantage. So, something that Raheem Morris needs to really hit the film room with the secondary DBs, and it has to be addressed. Communication needs to be improved. Jordan Fuller has had his moments this year, but he's also having some moments that make you wonder, where was he? What's going on? I think John Johnson's been playing very well for us. Very few plays on him that I can critique. So that's it for the defense. The Giants' defense is definitely not a walkover. They play hard, especially at home. They don't have the big household names. I mean, you might know Thibodeau, who hopefully does become a Ram. I know years ago he did mention that he would like to be traded or signed by the Rams. So would not mind taking an edge guy like that. But the Giants are a tough team at home. They play hard on defense. I just don't see this defense playing hard enough for 60 minutes to really stop the Rams from scoring 30 in this one. Um, Special teams is where this one should be funny. Mason Crosby is now with the Giants. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of him. Don't see Giants scoring many touchdowns. But we'll see what Crosby can do. He had a 50-plus yarder last week against the Eagles, and it's like, wow. Wish Lucas Haversack could have done that. Because Lucas is on the hot seat, but apparently he's not. We didn't sign anyone. McVay stuck by his word. He said they won it. We're going to ride this out. But I will tell you one thing, McVay is going to be more aggressive on those fourth and shorts and field goal range, and he's going to go for it. Offense is rocking. You have a top 10 easily quarterback. That's me being generous. I think he's top 5 quarterback. Loaded wide receiver room. Top 3 wide receiver room in the NFL. One of the best coaches in football. We're going to be aggressive on those fourth and shorts, especially against the Giants. This is the time to really work out any kinks that we have that we need to address. This will be the game because I have the Rams winning this game 35-14. I usually don't pick blowouts, but the way the Rams are playing, they're not going to take this Giants team lightly. They're going to take them as a team that's just in their way from what they want. They can't lose this game. This is in essence a must win because then you really need to rely on the Vikings Packers game next week. The Lions beating the Vikings again. The Seahawks losing out or definitely losing this week to the Steelers and then putting us in a must win versus the 49ers next week. This is just not a game to blow. I will be in attendance. I will be there. So hopefully I bring some good voodoo. But thank you, Ramily. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. I'm your boy Ramsaholic. I'm out.